There's already a really bitter exchange of words between the Congress leadership and the CPIM leadership. I think last was yesterday when Rahul Gandhi said that why has there been no investigation against the Chief Minister here? This is not a happy alliance here. In fact, there's no alliance here.
So when it comes to this Rahul Gandhi versus Pinarayi thing, it's like a kind of teenage cribbing that has been sort of going on for some time.
That is an issue when people look at the candidates, they feel like they're being silly.
Two issues which has nothing to do with Kerala are at the heart of Kerala's campaign. One is Manipur and the other is Palestine. The
So
Congress
that's
campaign.
very amazing that Manipur
We are very
and
international. You see, we are
Palestine, global
discussing-
citizens.
Support of Christians for BJP has came down a little bit after the Manipur issues. I think so because even though there is no seats for BJP in Kerala, I think there are a lot of Modi fans in Kerala. Like Modi is a brand here.
Even if there are open admirers of Modi, all these admirers of Modi are not necessarily BJP fans.
When it comes to the communal divides which the BJP tries to create, even a lot of admirers of Modi in Kerala will stop. That is a line they will not cross because they have grown up in a society where those communal lines are not there.
When Modi made this meat comment,
Mutton,
like
That they eat
machli,
mutton and
yeah,
machli,
machli,
yeah,
mutton
yeah.
comment, I think it was Yechuri who said that the PM should come to Madaipara, in North Kerala, where the prasad is chicken curry.
In the case of Kerala story, the Keralites, they were discussing about it all along and they were not pissed actually. They were not pissed about the whole lie. But when the film got released on OTT, they were making fun of our accent. They were saying bad Malayalam. That's what pissed off the Keralites. Yeah, actually.
I think this is actually an inversion of what is Kerala about. Totally like what we have built all these years as a kind of a secular space. So that
Rajendran said a very interesting comment, Vijay President. He said, because Kerala has this human-wildlife conflict issue, so the elephants from the Karnataka forest come, more often to Wayanad than Rahul Gandhi himself, which is true.
BJP is, pushing, say, love jihad as an issue nationally. When it talks about Kerala story, it talks about what's happening to girls in Kerala and the church.
We Malayalis like to believe that all these, agendas come from the north. It did not really. Love jihad came from Kerala. Narcotic jihad came from Kerala. Land jihad. This was
Rahul Gandhi's affection, I think, that he enjoys from the south, definitely in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, has gone up after the Bharat Jodo Yatra. And it is not reduced. Like there was this one visual of Rahul Gandhi crossing the road, going to a sweet shop and buying a sweet and then giving it to Stalin. It was all over the place. So people are looking for someone who's ordinary, who's like you. Like that was what Narendra Modi was at one point.
Like you call Mamta Modi in sari. People here call the CM here Modi in Mundu. How true is that image as journalists? The control on the media, the need to control the media. Is there a pushback from the media here?
when we are talking of the media control, there is this new phrase in Kerala. It's called Pinarayism.
Pinarayi
Pinarayism or Pinarayist. You are a Pinarayist.
Which means? Welcome to another election show. We are in Cochin and Kerala goes to elections next week. Dhanya and I were at a college early this morning where we witnessed a very bitter fight between student leaders of SFI and KSU, which is the Congress's youth wing here. So like we were discussing before we started rolling, this election is quite peculiar in Kerala. For most of the country, this election may be about voting Modi for the third time, or it's about Modi versus the India alliance. Here it's very much between allies and allies. So we have a bunch of journalists here who are going to give us a better picture of what's going on here and tell us the peculiar nature of the Lok Sabha election here and what are the key issues for people here. Of course, I have with me Dhanya Rajendran, who's with the News Minute. And Dhanya, can you please introduce the lovely journalists that we have with us here?
Hi. So we have Binu. He's with the News Minute. He's a senior associate editor with Binu.
Yeah.
Ebi and Anusha Andrews. So Anusha was actually asking us, why am I also here in the crowd?
Yeah.
We said, because we need young journalists to tell us. We have too many middle-aged and old journalists always speaking up their mind. So we are going to have Anusha Andrews, who's also very popular for her satire show. Ebi has worked with quite a few outfits in Kerala, and knows politics quite well.
He's currently with 24 News.
Yes. So 24 News was in news for recently because there was a case against one of their journalists.
So we'll
come to that
discuss this also, the
Yeah.
crackdown of journalists in Kerala. I think that's something interesting we should discuss.
Yes. So Abhi, you work with both with English and Malayalam media,
Yes,
right?
I work with Malayalam and English media houses.
Yeah. And Binu is also a senior political reporter, Binu Karunakaran. So we'll start the discussion, Manisha.
Yeah. So I think let's start with this. Now we've been here for about a day. There's already a really bitter exchange of words between the Congress leadership and the CPIM leadership. I think last was yesterday when Rahul Gandhi said that why has there been no investigation against the Chief Minister here? There's been a lot of questions thrown at Rahul Gandhi from CPIM that why did you have to contest from Wayanad? Why do you have to fight against a leader like Annie Raja? So this is not a happy alliance here. In fact, there's no alliance here. Tell us a little about this battle between the two parties. And for the Kerala voter here, is it confusing? Because nationally these guys are alliances, or it is very natural part of politics here that of course, they are at the two opposite sides and the election is about these two alliances going at each other.
I think in Kerala, there is no confusion for the voter because we have this certain cognitive dissonance when it comes to whom to vote to the Lok Sabha and whom to vote for the assembly elections. And BJP is trying to exactly use this, this ironic situation. So right now, if you see, there are three major fronts. The UDF led by the Congress, the LDF led by the CPIM, and the NDA led by the BJP. And the BJP is the real anti-hero in these elections for in Kerala. Because for UDF and LDF, they go to the voters asking them to vote for the party which will resist the BJP better. Okay. And they claim that we can resist the BJP better than those guys. And so when it comes to this Rahul Gandhi versus Pinarayi thing, it's like a kind of teenage cribbing that has been sort of going on for some time. So because the left feels, why is Rahul Gandhi coming here? If he wants to be the PM, shouldn't he be contesting from Amethi or Raebareli?
But is it becoming a bit of an embarrassment in the sense that these are stories which are no longer just read by people in Kerala, right? For example, Rahul is saying, why is Pinarayi not in jail? Pinarayi is saying, why is Rahul not contesting from somewhere else? People all across the country are reading, right? And they are like baffled as to what is happening here.
That could be one question, but I don't see people in Kerala being too much bothered about this at all, because they have been seeing this for pretty long. Kerala is quite a politically people treat politics here. So the channels day in and day out play out this politics of between the CPM and the Congress. So for them, I don't think this is much an issue. But outside, yeah, certainly it shakes a bit the unity of the India bloc alliance as such. But I think outside the state's borders, this doesn't matter at all, because even CPM candidates are contesting with Rahul's image. You see them in other constituencies, even in Tamil Nadu, neighboring Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, they had a rally together.
Yeah, they had a rally together. So that's not an issue, much of it.
But we can't call it a friendly match for sure. It's not
a friendly match. I think.
Can we say that ultimately there's like a A team, B team thing happening, that all the votes will go to Congress?
BJP has never been in the scene in Kerala. It has always been between LDF and UDF. So it is not that embarrassing for the people in Kerala. Maybe like Dhanya said, when we, national wide, when we read about the stories, they'll be thinking in that way. But in Kerala, it's not actually a very embarrassing thing, because BJP is not in the scene.
So let's talk about BJP not being in the scene. Now, just one question I had with regard to the alliance, and then we can talk about the BJP's presence here. Why has it been so bad? Can it get better? But I just wanted to ask all three of you, and Dhanya, you can also come in, that with this, there are two seats apparently where the BJP's has a chance. One is Trivandrum and the other is Thrissur, right? In these two seats, is there a possibility for the alliance to fight and divide votes and for the BJP to emerge a winner? Or for the BJP's vote share to go up because of this fight between allies? Is that something that could happen here? Abhi, you want to take that?
In both Trivandrum and Thrissur, actually BJP, unlike in the north, where BJP is trying to consolidate the Hindu vote by talking about the Ram temple. Here, BJP is trying to consolidate the minority votes in both these constituencies. So they have some chance. And preceding this,
Please elaborate. Minority vote.
the minority votes in the sense, like for example, in Thrissur, the Christian community, the Christian votes are strong. There is some Muslim vote. And the BJP candidate Suresh Gopi has been trying to woo the Christian vote for some time during his daughter's marriage.
But that whole crown thing really worked against him, right?
It worked or it didn't work. It
So
boomeranged.
he took a crown, I think, to one of the churches here. Yeah, he offered a crown.
Crown.
A golden crown.
Yeah.
He offered a golden crown, and it fell from Mother Lourdes, Mother Mary's head. And later,
After he placed it.
right after he placed
fell
it,
down.
and later there was this allegation that it was not pure gold. So this all actually affects the kind of campaign. And in Trivandrum, where it's kind of a national contest where we have two global citizens
Yes.
contesting, Shashi
Shashi
Tharoor
Tharoor
and
and Rajiv
Rai Chandrasekharan.
But
MP.
Rajendran Shekhar is insisting he's not a global citizen. Do not call him that. He's in fact been saying, right, that I'm not a global citizen. Don't call me that. Yeah.
So there, the minority votes, especially the Christian votes, are strong. Like in Trivandrum, the Christian Nadar community, they claim they have around 2 lakh votes. And then you have the Latin Catholic votes there, and a small amount of Dalit Christian votes. So traditionally, these votes have always been with the Congress. So this time, as part of BJP's larger push to attract minorities in Kerala, they are expecting that some of these votes, which is actually spread across the rural assembly constituencies of Trivandrum, while the urban constituencies actually kind of BJP has a upper hold. But in the rural constituencies, they are expecting that they could get some of this votes.
But it is largely through minority votes. And BJP also has its only Muslim candidate from Kerala, right?
Yeah. Anusha, since you're from Thrissur, your vote is in Thrissur, right?
Yes.
So Thrissur diocese, there's a peculiar situation in Kerala where the diocese is the Syrian Malabar Church has been supporting the BJP on and off. Can I rightly say that it reduced a bit after the Manipur riots? Before that it was, but didn't the Thrissur diocese say recently that they are against the BJP's politics? How does the Thrissur Syrian Christian community see these elections?
I think the Christian community in Thrissur, they have this soft Hindutva thing. They've been supporting BJP on and off. But the main thing about Suresh Gopi, the chances for Suresh Gopi is a little bit there because even though the last election, he failed the last election, but he did something for the commoners. He was into the commoners, like he did something for the Shaktin fish market.
Yeah,
and
he
stuff.
renovated some of the parts,
renovated
yeah.
some of the parts, and then he did some development stuff in Avanisheri. I think News Minute also did a
Yes.
story about that. So the commoners, when it comes to the commoners, they think that Suresh Gopi is a good person, and that's how they are placing Suresh Gopi there. Because BJP know that it's very difficult for them to win the election with by telling their ideologies and stuff. So I have noticed that in Kollam also, K. Krishna Kumar, and in Thrissur, Suresh Gopi, they're placing their candidate. They're like, vote for that candidate, not for the party.
Yeah,
Vote
it's
for
not
the
Modi
candidate.
ji
It's about-
or Ram Mandir.
It's about the
basically,
person.
So the party is the background and the forefront is the candidate and what they have done.
Binu, you want to add something about the Christian community here? Because that I
Because
see
they
a
also
lot-
said they wanted to show love jihad, right? There was this
they did,
Kerala story.
Yes, they did. In fact, they have love jihad classes, which are organized in many places in Kerala. They have love jihad classes.
These are churches.
It's with the connivance of the church, but there are these extreme right-wing, right Christian groups in Kerala which organize these love jihad classes. Binu, you want
Where they warn girls how they can be.
One thing that I wanted to add to what Anusha said, there is this thing about he hard selling his do-gooder image, Suresh Gopi hard selling his do-gooder image. But this Christian soft corner, I think it's limited to like Thrissur urban, like Thrissur city. I don't see that going beyond that place because this soft corner has been developed among elite Christian voters. That's for sure. You can recently you saw Thrissur mayor commenting on this, like how Suresh Gopi is a good person. So why he's eligible to be an MP. So he's a mayor supported by the left, and is became the mayor in Thrissur.
Yes.
So he is a kind of person who represents that support I'm seeing. But otherwise, I don't know how.
But is there an Islamophobia in the various churches which is actually propping them to sort of go with the BJP? What would you say, Abhi?
Like in Idiki and Tamarasheri, they have this the Catholic Church. They showed Kerala story as an awareness for the women, because there are chances. Apparently, there are chances for love jihad. That's what they're saying. But at the same time, there are places like Angamali where another Catholic church, they showed a documentary about Manipur to the kids. Also in Thrissur, like Dhanya asked me, the support of Christians for BJP has came down a little bit after the Manipur issues. I think so, because Suresh Gopi got questioned by a vicar in Ollur about the Manipur incident. Why are you not taking a stand about Manipur? That's what a person asked.
Abhi, you want to add something?
Just for our audience's context, Manipur, cookies were majority, Christians were majorly the victims there. So a lot of them had also gotten help from churches. They had moved to different places with the help of church across India. So that's a pain point for the Christian community, even though the violence was ethnic in nature.
No, but the Archdiocese of Manipur had been alleging that churches were targeted.
For sure, they were.
Around
They
200
were
churches.
targeted.
Yes.
They were targeted.
Actually, with regard to Manipur, the church is quite embattled because it's mostly the Syro Malabar Church which has been spearheading this campaign. And the other churches has been a little hesitant when it comes to the bigger Latin Catholic Church or the Orthodox Jacobite Church or the Church of South India. They have been a little hesitant. But if we talk of the Kerala voters, the vote issues, two issues which has nothing to do with Kerala are at the heart of Kerala's campaign. One is Manipur and the other is Palestine.
Okay.
Because we talk of Palestine, and that is where when Shashi Tharoor, as often that happens to him, like the squeamish fish comment which he did in 2019. So this time he made a comment that Hamas is a terrorist organization.
Okay.
But the government of India has not said that Hamas is not a terrorist organization. And that created some backlash. Because he was talking at a venue where there were Muslim League, leaders who were part of the Kerala UDF.
It was organized by the Muslim League.
It was organized by the
Yes.
Muslim League.
In Kozhikode.
Kozhikode. And then later, I think he was not invited to a solidarity rally also, Palestine solidarity rally. Tharoor stuck with his statement, but that sort of rattled the Congress camp.
It's very amazing that Manipur
We are very
and
international. You see,
Palestine
we are
are global
discussing-
citizens. But talk about the confluence of the BJP's agenda or BJP's, pushing, say, love jihad as an issue nationally. When it talks about Kerala story, it talks about what's happening to girls in Kerala, and the church here.
So
Like the confluence
interestingly,
of these two interests.
we Malayalis like to believe that all these agendas come from the north. It did not really. Love jihad came from Kerala. Narcotic jihad came from Kerala. Land jihad. It was in Kerala that this was first raised.
I don't know if Kerala should... see, there is a conflict whether Kerala should take credit for love jihad because it almost started at the same time in Mangalore also. This whole allegation a few years ago. But Kerala did blow it up.
Yes.
Did blow it up, yes.
And also in the church, in a newspaper like Deepika, which is Kerala's.
Is this an issue politically? Is it being used by parties politically? Has BJP... I guess what I'm asking is, do you see BJP making inroads on the back of these issues, which are very local?
Yeah.
Can create a lot of sound and fury, but it may not really translate into votes.
So recently, the Deepika newspaper, which is supposed to be the mouthpiece of the church here, so they wrote an editorial in which they stood for the constitutional rights should be protected, which is seen as against the BJP. I don't think they want BJP gaining any votes from here in this election to be linked to that's there. I don't think they want.
While the church bishops were cozying up to the BJP, the newspaper said, "Don't drink from that poisonous chalice."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think quickly what we can get to wrap this is just, we've talked about global issues. Manipur is not global, it's very much an Indian issue, but you don't see any other state making it an issue in the way that you see in Kerala?
Yeah, in fact, the students also were talking a lot about Manipur.
I have not heard that in any other state. So, what are the key issues for Kerala this election for Lok Sabha?
The key issues, I think, one issue that the CPM-led LDF faces in Kerala is heavy anti-incumbency. That's there because they have been in power since 2016, and ever since the second Pinarayi Vijayan government assumed office. So I don't think the same kind of goodwill exists anymore. So when he came back in the last term, so it was because of the perception about the left being a kind of who stepped up their role as kind of a state during a lot of calamities that fell on Kerala. The floods, the Nipah virus, the floods, and then the COVID. So these were, people had a feeling that they handled it well. And it was one of the reasons why the left came back to power. But now I don't think that kind of goodwill exists. So this anti-incumbency is kind of like could be a problem for the left.
LDF.
Yeah.
So as Binu mentioned, there is anti-incumbency against the left. And what the Congress and the UDF is expecting that they can cash in on the anti-incumbency in the state and the perceived kind of anti-incumbency in the center. Kerala has 140 assembly constituencies, and LDF has 98 assembly seats with them. Kerala has 20 Lok Sabha constituencies. LDF has only one. 19. So UDF ideally would want to capture all the 20 seats, but LDF expects that they'll get more, at least 5 to 7. And talking of the what trends are going to define the Kerala elections here is, as we all discussed before, it is for the people to decide whom to choose so that they can fight BJP better. And the state government's performance is not the discussion agenda.
Okay.
I mean, they're talking about it, but it's not on top of the agenda. At the top of the agenda is Modi himself. And whether, even the other day, like there was a case against Congress spokesperson Shama Mohammed where she said that there won't be mosques or churches if BJP comes to power. So that is the main discussion point in Kerala, whether it's for the left or for the united.
So that's the main issue.
So another thing is that, like he said, the primary goal is to fight against the BJP, and the only thing is that who fights them better. But at the same time, I think they're not doing a good job in having a civil participation or a civil kind of election campaign, because in Vadagara there is this huge fight between KK Shailaja and Shafi. The thing is that KK Shailaja is facing some kind of severe cyber attack, and her photos have been moved to porn videos.
Really?
And
okay.
There is this case against Shafi Paramilana.
Who's the Congress?
I think they're blaming both the Congress and the IUML, and Shafi is saying that we are not doing this.
And why is she being attacked like this?
No, I find it incredibly silly and stupid. If it's the Congress or the IUML, Sharida teacher is not the kind of politician that you would generally go after in this way. So I found that whole thing a bit surprising, what has been happening.
Yeah, that is an issue. When people look at the candidates, they feel like they're being silly, and there are people who doesn't understand this election is for it's a national election. They kind of feel like it's a local election, some of the people, because they talk more about the developments, who's bringing developments to the constituency. But that's where you should actually discuss what's the role of an MP. What is the MP supposed to build a bridge or bring some developments? No, he's supposed to go to the parliament and talk about the laws that has to be made, like discuss about it, debates. So that's when we have to take what did the previous MPs do? How many questions did they ask? How many debates did they participate? So I don't think people are, a majority of the people
I think that's an all India problem. Yeah. Wherever you go, what did your MP do? They're always talking about there is no road, no construction.
I mean, if the Prime Minister is spending time inaugurating Vande Bharat, and that becomes a thing, or he's inaugurating bridges and
No, I
It's
think
not
they
his
stopped
job.
voting
So,
for an
yeah.
MP for the job that they do in Parliament long back. When I
don't
can't
know.
remember last time who would have voted thinking this is a better participation in the
or
Parliament.
what policies they're introducing,
Yeah.
what do they stand for. And the second thing, I think, again, women being at the brunt of sexism, like Shailaja teacher here, it's very shocking if her images are being morphed and put on porn clips. But that is again something that we're seeing everywhere across party lines, whether it's, comments made on Kangna or Smriti Irani or now
Mahua
Shailaja
Moitra.
teacher. Mahua Moitra recently, exactly, very idiotic controversy where she's saying eggs gives her a source of energy and BJP is morphing it to sex. So anyway, that's pathetic. But coming back to Kerala and Modi. Now, I just wanted your views on the election. Like I said, in large parts of the country, is Modi the Prime Minister? If not Modi, who? And should Modi be given a third chance or not? Give us a sense of what's happening in Kerala. Has Modi and his personality been able to, people in Kerala have warmed up to it slightly? Is that a discussion that he should be the Prime Minister or who shouldn't be, or that's just not even a point of discussion here?
Even though there is no seats for BJP in Kerala, I think there are a lot of Modi fans in Kerala. Like Modi is a brand here. He himself is a brand. When Modi comes for a election rally, people are like coming around him and like
They want to see
praising
the
him.
Prime
Yeah,
Minister.
like there was this. He inaugurated the election campaign for Trishur, started Nari Shakti and stuff for women empowerment, and that was a big, huge crowd there, and it was very shocking for me because I'm from Trishur, and I actually never noticed such kind of BJP influence in the constituency. And one thing that I've always noticed is that BJP has a lot of that money power with them, so that they'll go into the constituency, go into the common people, and they can ask. They're asking the people what they want. If they are asking for anything, if it's a cow or like they want 2 goats or something, they're just giving it because they have a lot of money power. That's how they're influencing the people. I'm from my mother's side of the family is from Avnisheri, and Avnisheri is it's in Ullur, it's in Trishur constituency, and the people there, when I talk to them, they're saying that the BJP members, they're coming to the house and they're asking what you want. Do you want anything? Do you want to build a toilet, or do you want to build this thing? We'll give you money, no problem. You can tell us anything. So that's how they're influencing the people there in Trishur. That's what I've noticed with the money power. So yeah.
Is Modi a brand in Kerala?
Yeah.
I think if you look at Tamil Nadu and Kerala, there's been a steady increase. That is for sure. Are they as enamored as the rest of the country? Definitely no. Because this is where you will get the worst memes on Modi or satire, or like people really take Modi on.
And you certainly cannot win an election in his face in the way you.
But slowly and steadily, we can also say that yes, there is a growing fan base, but it's not very huge also.
From 2019, BJP almost won around 15% of the vote share, and they are expecting that they can increase it at least in some constituencies. And interestingly, during the last assembly elections, the BJP state president K. Surendran said that if you win 35 to 40 seats, we will form the government. So actually, BJP, since they are very good at this math, election math, which has never worked in Kerala. So eventually, that is something that they are hoping for with the gradual increase in vote share. And whether if Modi is a brand, considering the Malayali psyche, you may appreciate him. Like for example, Suresh Gopi, a lot of people like him. He's very popular among housewives. He's very popular in these Kudumba Yogams. He goes and talks to these family meets, events. And the Kollam BJP candidate Krishna Kumar, he's very popular.
He's really popular.
He's very popular, and his house, his wife, and 4 of his daughters, all of them are YouTubers.
Oh, okay.
So
I can agree with the daughters, but the father.
So one big issue, at least on social media, was he contested the previous election from Trivandrum, Krishna Kumar, and his eldest daughter Ahana, she was not there for the campaign. She was shooting in Mona. So this time, she was also missing from campaign, and Ahana, she's a very popular YouTuber and an anchor. She was in Iceland shooting. So I think there was too much pressure that Krishna Kumar had to bring his whole family and do a press conference yesterday with Ahana.
But you were
You know-
saying that the Malayali psyche is that.
And people love them, but it may not really
They will not vote
translate
for
into
them.
votes.
Yeah.
And when you talk as journalists, I want to know, when you talk to BJP, like what is the BJP Kerala unit? What is their understanding of why they have not been able to crack it so far?
So actually, there
What are they not getting about their own people?
within BJP? In Kerala, what they call KJP, like which some like little hardliners people who follow a little hardline Hindutva.
What does KJP mean?
It's Kerala
Janata Party.
They don't call it Bharatiya Janata Party because the hardcore Hindutva folks, they feel that the Kerala's BJP is just like Congress or thing.
Okay.
Which at least some older people who have this nostalgia, they said that the good old BJP of KG Marar or where things were not as bad or as toxic as now. And it is only very recently that BJP spokespersons or candidates started talking like, very, very aggressively, politically, attacking in the name of religion, which was not, so used to in Kerala before. So that division is there within BJP supporters in Kerala who feel that we are not
Hardline.
enough, and there are others who feel that in Kerala we should have a more
Moderate
human
approach.
face. Yeah.
No,
And for example, the hardline issues which the BJP could have captured, like Sabrimala, Congress took that space and opposed it.
Yeah.
So
Because you're asked about brand Modi, see, for example, one of the things which really works for Modi, no matter which state you go, is his Vishwa Guru image, right?
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
international relations Modi has done. I'm sure there are a lot of admirers in Kerala also. But like Abhi was saying, it does not translate to votes. Like I personally know so many people who are admirers of Narendra Modi or even the BJP. But when it comes to voting, they're very practical. They'll either vote for the CPM person or the Congress person. Binu, you want to add about Modi and the brand?
So there is this tendency of people picking a winnable candidate in case like the candidate is good enough. That happens in Kerala. So even if there are open admirers of Modi, all these admirers of Modi are not necessarily BJP fans. So you should draw a difference between them and what their electoral impact is actually.
So they may admire Modi, but then they're looking at their MPs.
That's
and which
exactly
one-
what I said. Like they're admiring that person. They're not admiring the party or the ideologies. So that's why they're campaigning for the person.
And see, I think, I may be too idealistic, but I also feel that there must be like one, okay, we like him for what he does in international relations, or okay, we like what he does in education, or something like that. But when it comes to the communal divides which the BJP tries to create, even a lot of admirers of Modi in Kerala will stop. That is a line they will not cross, because they have grown up in a society where those communal lines are not there, or it was very less.
So we have not been ghettoized yet,
Yeah.
like in many other parts of the country.
I would like to differ because I've seen and witnessed a lot of Islamophobic comments from people in the upper
That's a
caste.
phenomenon now, right?
It's
Yeah,
been
but-
growing. It's been growing. So I don't think you should really undercut that. What is there beneath. So that is there.
That's an interesting topic. Actually, we quickly maybe can come to that and then go on to something else. There is an image of Kerala as this peaceful mosque, temple, church together, people living in harmony, Hindus also eating beef, no problem, people eating whatever they want. Is that a surface thing? Like he's saying that underneath there are undercurrents of, divisions, or like we see with the church showing, having love jihad classes or showing Kerala story. So is it a fringe thing, or do you guys feel that even in society now you can see some prejudices that are now cropping up that have existed and now they can be exploited?
Actually, when Modi made this meat comment,
Mutton,
like
That they eat
machli,
mutton and
yeah,
machli,
machli,
yeah,
mutton
yeah.
comment. I think it was Yechuri who said that the PM should come to Madaipara, in North Kerala, where the prasad is chicken curry. So what works in terms of campaigning, political messaging elsewhere may not really work here, as Dhanya said, because how we grew up is different. Like you cannot suddenly one fine day cut your a friend who is BJP or RSS or a league or thing, because you all grew up together. But the messaging from up there is so strong that, as Binu has mentioned, the current is becoming
I'm
stronger.
not actually denying what Binu said at all. Like for example, I'm from Palakkad in Kerala. I do see more and more people being open with their Islamophobia, etc. But I still think they are very different and more hesitant than what a person from another state would behave like. For even in Karnataka, right? So I feel that they're not all out. See, there are divisions. For example, in certain parts of North Kerala, there is this notion that, okay, or maybe even true, that Muslims are richer, they control a lot of the land. These are things which we hear from the time of childhood, right? Like I have relatives who tell me there are streets where Hindus cannot walk after evening. I'm like, can you tell me, like on Google Maps, show me where the street is? These are things which we have been told from childhood. But I still feel that there is definitely one level of communal harmony in the society which they've not been able to break. I mean, again, I'm saying I may be very idealistic and everything can change.
No, I think actually it's interesting you say that, because I do think that every society has prejudice, bigotry. But you look up to your leaders. So I think politics also defines a lot. If your chosen MP, MLA can talk openly about the community in a certain way, then people also feel, okay, you can. So maybe what you've not had in Kerala also is that leaders have been a little responsible so far in being, when they talk about minorities or, other religions. So maybe that is one reason why it hasn't been exploited yet. But it just takes one leader, I think, who can come and then, use those passions to kind of inflame. Do you want to come in on this, or do you want to?
No, actually, I had something to add to Dhanya's, what Dhanya said. It's actually true that they are not able to break that communal harmony to some level, because in the case of Kerala story, it's a huge lie that they're saying that 32,000 heartbreaking and gut-wrenching stories of 32,000 females in Kerala. But it's actually a case of 3 girls from Kerala. And the Keralites, they were discussing about it all along. And they were not pissed, actually. They were not pissed about the whole lie. But when the film got released on OTT, they were making fun of our accent. They were saying bad Malayalam. That's what pissed off the Keralites. Yeah, actually, they were not pissed about the lie that they told. They were pissed
At
about
least
the
speak
Malayalam.
the language correctly.
Yeah, just speak the Malayalam.
No, but on this Kerala
As the movie
story,
was not shot really well, because we love our Godar.
That's what
So we must talk about Kerala.
Allegedly.
We must talk about Kerala story, because it's been like
it's like never ending from Karnataka election to now.
Yeah, from Karnataka elections it started. I want to also understand from you guys, like, how do the locals feel here about this denigration of themselves at a national political level? When a yogi says that, oh, we should not become like Kerala, or when the Prime Minister says, watch Kerala story, does it hurt people here? Or like you said, it's just a joke? It's like, whatever.
It does hurt. Like, there are 2 kind of people in Kerala. There are very less BJP people, but there are some people who are very neutral. That's a majority.
Yeah.
They're very neutral. They're like, oh, whatever party comes, we need development. That's all we want.
Yeah.
There are some people like that. So it does hurt the other section who think left, and they're a little bit aware about the political situation. They're reading newspaper. So for that people, it actually hurts. But there is always something else that comes up during that time. If, for example, Kerala story. So the whole Kerala is, the whole nation is about discussing about Kerala story. And this thing happened where we, crowdfunded 34 crore for a Muslim person to get out of Saudi jail.
Yeah.
3 crore people, they gave money, like 34 crores. So there is always this other story. Something comes up right after.
I think the difference here is that people in Kerala did not take the movie seriously, right? Neither did politicians here, they were like, we are not bothered about it.
But the movie was not for the Keralites.
But I think the point that Keralites are not understanding is the impact a movie like this has outside Kerala.
Yeah.
Binu, we always discuss in our office group as to why Keralites can ignore this within Kerala, but they can't just discount the kind of image it is spreading outside, right?
Not very aware.
Now when you Google, the first thing that comes up when you search a Kerala story is this about this movie, and it's bigoted cunt. That's the first links that it throws up when you search on Google. So I think this is actually an inversion of what is Kerala about. Totally like what we have built all these years as a kind of a secular space. So that was, that went, at least it had some impact because of the story. That's what.
And do people feel slighted by this by this national thing against Kerala? Like, is there a sense of feeling slight by the Prime Minister, who's saying...
No, I think it's more anger than slighted, right? From the
And
Somalia
also,
comment.
there is a certain pride also, I think,
Yeah.
in because even Tamil Nadu is kind of seen the same lens. So Malayalis, even if they're not communists, they feel a certain secret joy when Stalin calls Pinarayi my brother. So that can now Siddaramaiah is there.
So there's a sudden solidarity.
That kind of feeling is there, and so like now we are fighting against these fantasies of violence from elsewhere.
Yeah.
So that sense of pride is there. That in Malayalam there is a saying, like
Meaning?
We just
Like-
stepped on cow dung.
we haven't stepped on.
No, we haven't stepped on
stepped
fine.
on the cow dung. So if someone goes to the BJP, they say that this guy has.
Chanaga, they
yes.
call them Chanagam.
No,
Yeah,
the cow
they call them cow dung.
So it's both ways actually. There is this like we may not like because a lot of friends say when you go to the north, the kind of questions that Malayalis are being asked now
Exactly.
is mostly this.
Oh, you're
went-
like that.
like that.
Oh, this is happening. Yeah.
So it is coloring people's perception, and people feel that. Like Malayalis feel that, like you said, when they go out of Kerala, they ask questions about how they live or what's happening. Rahul Gandhi, what's his image like here as an MP who's been representing Wayanad? Do people seriously in Kerala look at him as a challenger to Modi? Do you
I
guys?
think he's getting a lot of criticism about not being in the constituency. He's the Wayanad MP and he's not in the constituency. That is a major criticism against
And does he-
Surendran said a very interesting comment. Vijay President, he said because Kerala has this human wildlife conflict issue. So the elephants from the Karnataka forest come more often to Wayanad than Rahul Gandhi himself, which is true.
No, but
Which
what is his image as a leader?
So for Rahul Gandhi, I think as Binu was saying earlier, there is this love and affection for the Gandhi family that
Okay.
has been there.
It's still there.
It's still there from Nehru, Rajiv, Indira. After emergency, when the rest of India defeated
Yeah.
Indira, Kerala stood
You were
with Indira.
supporting
Yeah.
after emergency.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so even now, even though like Rahul is not visiting the constituency enough, he may not become the prime minister, but he's still a lovable, affable boy next door kind of thing. Because even from our kids, we have been fed stories like when Rajiv Gandhi comes to visit, he sees a kid without slipper and he finds that slipper and so we like such
So the Gandhi family is
stories.
not vilified here in the way that you
No.
see in other parts
No.
of the country.
No,
There's still
definitely
some nostalgia. But do you think it's waning? Or do you
No.
think it's just...
It is not waning as
It
such,
is
even
not.
though
You saw the crowds in Coimbatore for the Rahul Gandhi Stalin, what is it, the India Alliance rally. Rahul Gandhi's affection, I think, that he enjoys from the south, definitely in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, has gone up after the Bharat Jodo Yatra. And it is not reduced. Like there was this one visual of Rahul Gandhi crossing the road, going to a sweet shop and buying a sweet and then giving it to Stalin. It was all over the place. So people are looking for someone who's ordinary, who's like you. Like that was what Narendra Modi was at one point, right? He was a tea seller who became the prime minister.
Yeah.
But Rahul Gandhi is still, and also when you are talking about a secular state, who else do you look up to? You have to look up to someone like Rahul Gandhi only.
and that endearing that feeling,
Boy next door kind of a thing.
feeling
Boy next door.
is
Yeah.
there.
I mean,
even though
you can't call him boy anymore. But
even though Amit Shah is
man
only
next
5 years
door.
older to Rahul Gandhi.
Man
Yes.
Yeah, man
He's
next
only 5 years older, but we still love Rahul Gandhi as our boy.
Okay, that's very interesting because it's very different from what you would see in, say, the North, where there's questions on dynast, whether he's serious about politics or not, whether he really puts in the work or not. Those are the kind of things you'd hear people talk about, especially Amethi now. Him not fighting in Amethi is seen as laziness or a lack of, or cowardice or a lack of, intent to fight. So I think we can wrap up with this discussion because we're all journalists here. What was the phrase that you were saying before we started rolling? Modi and Munda?
Mundudutha Modi.
Mike.
Mundudutha Modi.
Okay. The current chief minister's reign, which we have seen going after journalists, arresting journalists, police cases against journalists, stories about a tight control on the media, and like you said that, like you call Mamta Modi in sari, people here call the CM here, Modi in mund. How true is that image as journalists? The control on the media, the need to control the media. Is there a pushback from the media here? And also, what I hear is that the media itself is very divided in political camps. There's a very strong Congress and CPIM even within the media fraternity.
In fact, the CPIM would not agree with this comment because they feel that the whole media is against the party. That is the sense. And
so everyone's a Congressy according to them.
Yeah, Congress or a closet RSS.
No, it's always been a capitalistic media versus the communists. It's always been perceived like that, and that continues.
So CPIM is a bit strong on, especially Pinarayi. Actually, I mean, when we are talking of media control, there is this new phrase in Kerala. It's called Pinarayism. Pinarayism or Pinarayist. You are a Pinarayist.
Which means?
Which means like
you're not a communist. You're a Pinarayist.
Means like you're not approachable.
Okay.
You're very like rude.
You don't like being asked questions.
Ask questions. So that kind of feeling is there. And the party missionary has not been really kind to the media as well. Like, for example, whether it's the Divide, and also the very strong, effective cyber trolling, the cyber commies as they are commies as they are called.
Okay.
No, but one thing I want to ask here is, whenever this is raised, for example, that the CPM has been clamping down on the media, I think it was at a literature fest where MB Rajesh was also asked the question. He's a minister. He said that you are creating a false equivalence. Yes, there could be some cases against the media, but you cannot continuously say this in the same breath as what the BJP is doing to the media elsewhere. So do you think there is a false equivalence then?
I think there is, because you can't really equate that, because there has been case of high-handedness against media, against especially channel reporters.
Your own
yes,
reporter in your channel had.
But the media resistance has been very strong. So
stories against the government do come out.
Yes.
Oh yes. So that
all media outlets here are allowed to do anti-establishment stories. Like the only thing is that most of them like turn out to be half-baked, and then it falls flat.
Yes.
Okay.
So then again, the CPM uses this against the media because like it turned out to be kind of dud stories because you're not really deep into it. You got something and went ahead and published it without checking. So that kind of thing happens a lot.
But that streak is there to clamp down quickly on
Yes.
anyone who's doing something anti-establishment.
No, I think it's not as simple as that. For example, the CPM has gone behind like, for example, they first started going behind this channel called Asianet, which is also owned by Rajesh Chandrasekhar. I personally don't think they have too much of a BJP tint or anything, but they've gone behind them. So there is a perception that it's fine, right? Within the supporters of the party and the government, they feel, okay, that's fine. This channel targets the government, therefore it is fair game for the government to go behind them.
But you're saying the channel doesn't. They are
as
fairly
in
fair
some of
in
these
Kerala.
stories are questionable, and those are deeper issues. I don't want to go into that. Story-wise, if we take each story, should there have been police action, etc. But like Binu saying, it's a peculiar situation where the media also can be blamed for some of its behavior. The government also does high-handedness, but it sort of gets cancelled because people are like, okay, the media is just paying the price for its high-handedness. I mean, it's a mediocre stuff, right? For example, the case on 24 News. Definitely, it should not have been taken. It was basically some chat which he had with the Congress leader, which was projected as some great conspiracy. Every political reporter speaks to politicians and asks them, what are you doing? When are you going? What is your protest going to be? But there is also a narrative that the media is not performing well. Therefore, some of these cases are fine. That the media deserves that kind of
Which is a wrong narrative, I think, because governments have enough mechanisms to respond to stories through statements.
Exactly.
You don't have to use the police to counter, false news or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think all governments do that. get, oh, the story was wrong, so oh, now you deserve this case on you, and that's how
You do satire, right? Do you get like more flack if you're, let's say, talking against a CPIM?
Against the CPIM. Yeah, actually, I think, like Dhanya said, Pinarayi Vijayan is supposed to be a communist or like a socialist, and a communist or a socialist will never be rude to the people. He will be one of them, one among them. He would be, ideally, and he would be a leader who won't say go. He would be saying let's go. So. That kind of an image about Pinarayi Vijayan is almost gone now. He's more rude to people, and people are feeling that way, that he's rude. So that's why this Pinarayiism is coming. And when it comes to media, I think this Lok Sabha election, like we said, people should be discussing more about the national politics, what's happening nationwide, not just about Kerala, because this is a parliament election. And I have this feeling that something that I've observed, that the traditional medias in Kerala, I don't know if we can call the news channels also traditional.
legacy,
Legacy medias. They're not reporting or talking more about the issues that's happening nationwide. So this thing was happening in UP. The houses of the Muslims were getting bulldozed, was getting demolished by bulldozers. And if correct me if I'm wrong, on the same day, K. Surendran came out as guilty in a corruption case. These two cases was going on, but the entire media was behind Swapna Suresh, right? The Swapna was talking something which is not even newsworthy, but the whole media, I felt like...
So it's too insular, the media. They're only talking about...
So that is the criticism against the Kerala media, that they do not go behind the BJP's government as much as they should. For example, during Delhi riots, it was basically 2 Kerala channels which got booked, not booked as in their channels were taken off air because of the kind of critical coverage they did of the riots. But that perhaps was the end
Media
of it.
One.
Yeah, Media One and Asianet. But after that, they do not criticize policies of the union government. They are not fact checking, like, claims of how much money is the union government actually giving Kerala, which even the Kannada media is doing, surprisingly. For example, when Siddaramaiah is fighting with Nirmala Sitharaman, there is a lot of debate. So Kerala media has been criticized of being very insular, like
just talking about your own insular.
Media One got banned twice, I guess.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Actually, I find it this way, that they always find some reason, some silly news to always cover up something big that's going on nationwide. Yeah.
But is there really such a conspiracy? Because you worked in all these media houses, that they are looking to somehow hide.
Or are they just catering to people here who only care about what's happening in Kerala?
I think
Or Palestine.
Or Palestine.
You can't really say that, because there is a lot of interest in Kerala for Kerala issues. Like it has always been, like what is Pinarayi doing, what is Sadishan doing, and there is enough stuff, juicy stuff that comes out from Kerala politics.
Drama.
Yeah, and there Kerala BJP, CPM and Congress League, everyone contributes enough to this juice factory.
So the news is too much for the 24-hour cycle. If only the day was longer, they would have covered.
And if you ask me whether there should be more of national, critical stories, yes, there should be, and there should be more attention on national stories. But it's not. But whenever there is a series, like for example, electoral bonds issue, everyone covered it. Everyone went after it. Oh yes.
Okay.
Almost all major media houses. But otherwise, it's mostly just reporting or reporting what he said, she said.
Ganesh Vattam.
Ganesh Vattam story.
Ganapati Vattam.
Ganapati Vattam.
Sorry.
One thing that I felt about Kerala media, basically this is mostly online channels of these, online platforms of these channels. They're kind of gaming the audience, because they have now recognized that the political clickbait works well. So you have the same platform doing stories that cater to a particular kind of politics. Like you'll have headline baiting CPM supporters, which say something about the Pinarayi Vijayan. He praises him. In the next thing, you'll also find something that is that praises Modi. So that kind of gaming is happening, which is done to keep the, what do you say?
Keep everybody amused.
The traffic. You want the traffic flowing. So that's happening.
Last question and we can wrap up. We don't like to take predictions from journalists because we don't think journalists should predict, but it's still fun to do it during election time. LDF versus UDF, who has the advantage in this Lok Sabha election?
And will BJP win any seats?
Will BJP win any seats? You can take any of the three and give your predictions. And how tough is Wayanad going to be for Rahul, or is it just safe seat? There's no issue there.
I think for BJP, again, like we discussed, Thrissur and Thiruvananthapuram is the two places where they have a little bit of upper hand. But I also think there is an upper hand in Pathanamthitta because the vote share for BJP has increased in Pathanamthitta after the Shabarimala women entry thing that came out.
But that could have helped them in 2019, right? It didn't.
But I think again the candidate is Anil Antony. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's a backstabber.
So what is your prediction, UDF and LDF?
UDF, LDF, who has up?
Or Anusha, you want to stay away.
No,
Tomorrow the satire will be on you.
Yeah, I think UDF. I think UDF has the upper hand. Again, there are chances for CPM for like 4 or 5 seats.
Will UDF retain its bastion and take back that one seat?
No, I think CPM will perform. I mean, LDF will perform a bit better than
last time.
Than last time, and UDF will definitely have an upper hand, winning at least around 15 seats, that's what most surveys say. And for BJP, it's another. It's going to be another no-show, but they can consolidate votes, and which could affect the chances of UDF or LDF candidates in some constituencies.
So I want to add something. Another thing against UDF is that if you vote for UDF, they're going to go to BJP. That's something that Keralites
means basically you're weakening the
because throughout the country that's happening.
That is happening.
Going to Congress,
recently,
joining.
Padmaja Venugopal.
There was a BJP leader in Kerala, right, who said that forget about Congress Mukt Bharat, we want Congress Mukt BJP.
Yeah, the leader C.K. Padmanabhan of BJP, he said he was critical of BJP in kind of going out and embracing all these characters who are coming into the party from the Congress. Because the party was ultimately looking for a Congress Mukt Bharat. And then now you have this problem of how to make the party be Congress Mukt.
And what are your predictions?
So even the left itself, I think they are looking at 4 seats, like 2 seats for CPM and 2 seats for CPI at the most. I think it would be like 18-2 or so.
No, you don't have to give us seat predictions, but
you cannot give seat predictions.
Yeah, don't give seat predictions.
Okay, then.
Don't give.
Because this will become the small clip, which is.
And then they'll say, "Oh, you got it all wrong."
Yeah.
Look at these journalists; they don't know anything. But anyway, whoever wins, it's all in the family at the center. They are together.
Unless they move to the BJP.
Unless they move to the BJP.
Just to add to what you said, a joke going around. Like in Kerala, in Congress, factionalism is huge. And so there has always been a Karunakaran camp and an Antony camp, led by K. Karunakaran and A.K. Antony. They have been the stalwarts. So right now, Congress, there is no Antony and Karunakaran camp. But BJP has an Antony and Karunakaran camp. Because Karunakaran's daughter is in BJP and Antony's son is in BJP.
Anil Antony and Padmaja Venugopal.
So also with the BJP, it's a long game for them. I think they don't care about this election, but they're probably looking at Kerala for the next 15-20 years, incrementally move in. So
that's
for BJP, it's a civilizational endeavor.
And they have all the patience too.
But that's what the Sangh is doing everywhere, right? From your cooperative societies in Kerala to your media, everywhere they are permeating. And that's all across states, I think, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, whichever state you take. Look at Telangana, they may win 4 or 5 seats or even more this time.
And whose place do you think they'll take? Because they'll have to eat up a party in Kerala. Which party is weaker, do you think, here, Congress or CPIM? Because usually BJP moves in when, in West Bengal, it was left that died and then BJP
So actually,
came.
that's very interesting because it's also part of the larger BJP game plan.
Yeah.
Where like in Tamil Nadu, it was 2 Dravidian parties fighting and BJP was not in the ring. But now AIDMK is kind of out. So it's DMK, it's a local party versus a national party BJP. In Kerala, even though it's Congress, it's a national party. In Kerala, it's Congress versus LDF, two regional,
Yeah.
you can call it regional parties.
Yeah.
But what BJP is expecting, like in Tamil Nadu, is to become the opposition now. And the party that would lose is Congress. So basically, it could be BJP fighting the left.
So
And that
Congress
is-
stands to lose if the
Yeah.
BJP is to enter here. Great. Thank you so much for watching this show. We're going to be going to Wayanad next, and we're going to see just how hard that seat is. And I think we also want to explore this whole sentiment for Rahul. What is it like on ground? How do people view him as a member of parliament? And of course, meet the CPIM leader there and the BJP candidate also. So stay tuned for that report.
And of course, Manisha wants to eat more than just the dosa.
Yeah,
from Kerala.
I'm happy to report that I've been in Kerala for 2 days and I've not eaten idli and dosa. There's a lot to eat here apart from that. So we have, I've loaded up on prawns
Yeah.
mostly, but we're going to eat a lot of exciting stuff which will not be idli or dosa. Unlike Delhi journalists who come here and eat idli. But anyway, why you want to say something?
No.
Bye.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much for watching this show. Stay tuned for more stuff coming up from Kerala. Thanks, a huge thanks to French Toast, who allowed us to sit here and chat and conduct our show. Please remember that News Laundry and News Minutes coverage this election is completely non-sponsored with zero advertisements. We have no ads from any of the political parties who are fighting with each other this election. It allows us to be free, fair. It allows us to have freewheeling discussions like the one you just saw. So support our work, support our journalism. Log on to newslaundry.com, choose from one of the many election funds that we have and choose an amount that's convenient for you, support our work. And we have a new show coming up with Srinivas and Jayan. So I hope you guys are tuning into that. It's every Monday night. It's a 6-part series and he's going to be exploring some very interesting themes this election. So don't forget to catch that show. See you around. This election season, your right to choose puts you at the heart of it again.
We'd like to be your eyes and ears. Choose the journalism and media that serves democracy and you.
Simply log on to newslaundry.com/2024 election fund and choose an amount of your choice for the reports of your choice.